Hey, what's up, Jose? This is Devin from SEO Dallas, Texas. Thank you for speaking to me this morning, and thank you for clicking on this video. I'm going to just briefly show you how to make your website work for you so you can start beating your competitors out there whenever you're ready to build that website. If you're wondering why I'm making these videos, I make them because there's a lot of business owners out there who just don't have the time to learn how to make the internet work for them and bring in more customers. And the only thing holding them back from hiring a marketing agency is they don't know who is an expert and who is not. And so I found that by making these attack plans and giving them away for free, some of these business owners end up taking this stuff and doing it themselves, which is totally fine. And some end up calling me back and having me do this stuff for them. So either way, whatever works for you is great for me. All I ask at the end of this video, you send me back a sentence or two of feedback to let me know what you thought about the information. What I'm going to cover today is going to be content, backlinks, and then citations. So to give you an overall idea of the best way to do search engine optimization, we do what's called the copycat method. And the reason is because if these people are ranking at number one, whatever they're doing works. So we just copy that, but then we do it better than them. That's the fastest way to do it. It's the quickest way to get into the market, and especially when you haven't had a website up for a while, you want to dominate really quickly. So the three things, like I said, content, backlinks, and citations. When somebody types in like Handyman San Antonio, 300 people a month search this in every single month. What Google's goal is to put them in front of the website that's going to answer all their questions. So that's the website that typically has the most text on it. And the average website on the front page of Google right now has 1,890 words. So you're typically going to want to have anywhere between 1,500 and 2,000. Let me show what your main competitors are doing. So if we look at Alamo Handyman TX, they don't have that much at all. I don't even have to do a word counter. They're probably getting like 200 words. Then we have San Antonio Handyman Pro, and you can see these guys are a little denser when it comes to content. So let's see what you have to beat with these guys. Content, and they currently have 1,800 words. So they're doing it the right way. And so to beat them, you're going to want to put about 2,000 words probably on here. And that's how you're going to beat these guys. Minimum 2,000, you might go a little higher, 2,200, but that's going to be the best way to do it. You also want to make sure that you're targeting the right keywords, because keywords are what phrases that people search into Google. So like Handyman San Antonio is one phrase, and if you want to get ranked for that phrase, you're going to want to have that in your text. So if we look at San Antonio Handyman Pro, this is a tool I use. It's called Ahrefs. It costs about $1,000 a month, but it gives you some really valuable data on what's going on in the back end of websites. So when you do decide to do this, it might be something you want to invest in. But if you look, you can see all the keywords that Google has finding them for. And you can see how much people are searching for them per month, how hard it is to rank them, and where they're sitting. So you see Handyman San Antonio, 300 people search for this a month. Local handyman near me, that's not the greatest. That could be national, so it's not a big deal. But what about San Antonio Handyman? That's a whole separate keyword. 100 people search for that a month. Handyman San Antonio TX, 150 people search for that a month. Handyman Services San Antonio, 100. Imagine if you had all this looking at you and ranking for that. So you want to have these kind of keywords within your text so you can rank. Handyman in San Antonio, 70. Carpenter San Antonio, 100. Handyman Services San Antonio TX. I know you said you did other projects, like you like to do bathroom remodeling, kitchen remodeling, all that stuff. You could do drywall repair. There's all different types of search volume out there. And so you want to target the exact keywords that people are searching to find your industry and put that stuff inside of your text. Okay, so that's tip one, and that's how you make yourself an authority on whatever topics you are. Now, unfortunately, you can't just have a ton of text and have Google rank you. Otherwise, people would just throwing up a bunch of text with a bunch of nonsense on there, and they'd be ranking all the time. So Google wants to make sure that you're a legitimate company, and how they do that is they look at how many other websites are pointing to you with links. Because in their eyes, that means that company's vouching for you. But they want to see relevant links. So you're going to get a lot more power from other like handyman company or other contracting companies or construction companies linking to you than you would from like Pizza Hut linking to you, because Google knows you're not a pizza company. And so the tool I use to check this out, like I said, Ahrefs, you can see a lot of that as well. So if you go over here, Alamo Handyman TX has only 48 websites pointing to them, and San Antonio Handyman Pro has 81 pointing to them. So these guys are currently climbing up, and they're going to eventually take over these guys. But you want to see, this is what you want to see. You see how they kind of go slowly up and they kind of climbed and very slow. That's what Google wants to see, because that's more organic. Can you see this? Like, whoop, whoop. That is something that kind of sets off an alarm in Google's eyes, because they're like, well, what the heck? How do they grow so quick? And probably the reason why they're not overtaking them already is because of how fast they threw links up. So you want to like drip them in slowly, and the best way to do it is to copy them. So whatever links these guys are getting, go get these links for yourself too. You can just literally go down here and go all these different websites, and you either like click the contact us button, or you can click like make an account. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Like this one, join as a pro, and you get those links. And I would recommend, if you want to beat these guys, go for about 100 websites, and you can just go, competitor after competitor and copy them. Just make sure you slowly drip them in, so you're not like spending it. You're not basically setting off Google's system like, hey, this guy's gaming us, we need to shut him down, which is probably what happened to these guys and why they haven't overtaken them yet. Okay. The last thing is, if you want to get ranked in the best spot, when somebody types in Handyman San Antonio and they're ready to buy, they're going to call the first contractor or construction company that shows up that seems trustworthy, and you want to be that contractor. Those are the easiest customers to close. People skip these ads all the time. It could be from bad experiences in the past. They have ad blockers, what have you. And so the best place to rank yourself is in the Google My Business section. Getting here requires having more citations than your competitors, which is anywhere where your name, your address, and your phone number are listed in different directories across the web, like Yelp, Yext, Yellow Pages, White Pages, Facebook, Angie's List, Home Advisor. These are all the most common ones. The best strategy here is to figure out what directory your competitors are listed in. Go list yourself in those exact same directories, but then add a bunch more on top. So like if PJP Handyman here is in 150 directories, you're going to want to put yourself in like 200, 250. So that's all I've got for you, Jose. I hope you found this really informative and helpful. As a quick recap, you're going to want to beat these guys. I'd put about 2,200 to 2,500 words on your front page just to blow them out of the water. You're probably going to want to get about 100 websites pointing to you, and I would do that by, again, copying your competitors. Also, you want to have this ratio close to 1-to-1 as possible. It's like the golden ratio. And then you also want to put your name, address, and phone number in more directories than your competitors. Jose, if you want to take all this stuff and do this yourself, please do. Like, this is completely free education. I'm here to help as many business owners as I can. If you do want any help with this stuff whenever you are ready, you can always give us a call. You can always email me back or shoot me a text and say, hey, I'm ready to do this with you. Whatever you'd like to do. You have my phone number. I'm texting you through it. But you can give me a call anytime. I do appreciate you taking the time to watch this. I hope you have a great day. Thanks. Bye.